Well, just for myself. Once I'm old, I probably want to see that. Yeah, we were kind of right. So this is the place that we used to live at when I was a child. And also, this is the house where we played hide and seek. And all of a sudden, I was running into the street. And what happened? A car drove over my leg. So it got broken. And then, after this incident, the street became a children's street. That's when cars cannot drive through quickly anymore, and they have these blocks that they kind of installed so that the cars have to slow down to move up and down these kind of blocks. And also they put flower pots and stuff. So I opened it on another map. So here you can see this is the street that now is real nice to live at because of me. It was just enough. After my incident, they decided there have been happening too many accidents. So they, turned it into a so-called children's street. And it's real nice. Like, whenever I go there, it feels so familiar, walking there. I mean, I lived here. Well, that's what I'm telling you, but it's like when we moved from Germany, where I was born, from the restaurant my parents had, to Appenzell, and later on down, you can say so, down to St. Gall, which is, on the lakes level here in Switzerland, like 13 kilometers. This is away. From Appenzell we moved down, so here it is, Appenzell, high up in the mountains and stuff. There is a train going down there. So we were in the city. After having been living beside a sports area, then we moved to this street. And I lived there for when I was in the kindergarten and also when I was at school. So for the kindergarten, I had to walk all across this street, and then I could go down the I lived here, so I went all along this street. Then I could go down a staircase, walk beside these houses, and get to this crossing where I had to cross over here. Well, I take it into the middle here. So I had to cross over here, and this was the kindergarten area. So the tree trunk I was climbing upon still is laying around there. No, it isn't. Nowadays, it's no kindergarten anymore. It's not clear to me what it is. On this map, all the things that are something like shops and stuff, they become visible as you see the restaurants and everything. So I have no idea what it is nowadays. So yeah, here it is. So I loved going to the kindergarten because she was always taking us on. Here we left the kindergarten, then we walked on this sideway, and then we also had to cross this street, and then we were here pretty close to where I live, but then we were passing the parallel street, and then sometimes we took the staircase here up, or we walked well, we seldomly walked this street because it's not such a nice street to walk. Well, where we went to was this street here, because then we were close to the woods, and she would take us here around this restaurant where we kind of often went with my family, celebrating 1st of August and stuff like that. You could overlook the city from up here. And then with my kindergarten teacher, she would go with us here into the woods, and then just walk here in the woods, was real nice, and do stuff and then go back again. Funny, huh? So later on, when I was at art school, the art school is located here. So from this art school, the sports lesson, we once went on this street, and then we were jogging here, this path all along the wood, which was really boring. After that, I decided that I would give myself a signature to be allowed to not go to the sports lessons. I just didn't like sports then. Yeah. So, yeah. So I lived here at 81. So when our kindergarten teacher would walk these staircases here with us, these ones here, up here, and then here to these streets, up here to this street, we would just pass by the balcony of my mother, so she actually would be able to look out from here, because we were on the kind of topmost floor here, so she could just see this street. And then down here there is a different level, so that you understand. St. Gallen is located in a valley, so from the mid of the city on both sides you must go up here, and here as well it goes up. It's kind of funny. Yeah. Later on we used to live just a little bit further down towards the center of the city here, where there is everything disgustingly plated with red plastic nowadays, because some artist didn't have the dignity to put something nice there. But the house where I lived at now is something totally different. I mean, they took down the house. It would have been here, right here. There were several little houses here. There was an Indian restaurant. There was a sewing shop. There was a hairdressers. There was a Greek restaurant. And then there was a Swiss restaurant here on the corner. Nowadays, it's all gone. So, when we lived here, where they usually in the ancient times used to bleach their cloth, it was like 2 minutes to the station, really. If you see, the station is here. Here, in the middle now. So, it's just 3 minutes going here to here. That's how small the city is. Even crossing the whole city, like this is the station here. Going to the center is like 1 minute. It's like 300 meters from here to here. 2 bus stops, and then you are in the center. So, when we moved away, well, I lived at different places here, but my mother then went living here besides the hospital at this street here. So she was kind of oh, I'm too far out now. That's how small the city is. That's the hospital in the middle here. So we lived here. At this junction here, we lived. There is another hospital here. So we lived here in this house. Yeah. So from here, going to the city, wherever, would take you like 1 bus stop, 2 maybe, here's the 3rd one, 4 bus stops, then you are in the city center. Or by bike, it would take 2 minutes, sort of, because it's all in the flat and so small. So, yeah. I wanted to show this, yeah, because one day when I'm old, I will like to go back to these videos and kind of reminiscence. Oh yes, how nice it was living there, and we played hide and seek and got my leg broken. Yeah. Anyhow, Switzerland is so small, you know. To go from St. Gallen to Zurich takes you not even an hour by train. And from Zurich to Basel is exactly an hour. It's on the map here, it looks like the same distance, but this one is an hour and the other one is approximately not quite an hour. And then if you have this lake here, Zurich Lake, when you go from Zurich by train all along the lake to Rapperswil, which is in the neighboring district already. Oh, I don't recall how long it usually took me to go here to the monastery. Maybe an hour or even less, because the train was stopping everywhere. That's why it took so long. But you can go by bike. No problem, it's all flat. To go by bike from where I am living right now to Zurich, here, kind of all flat, 5 hours. 5 hours by bike. Like here, that's the nearest city to where I live, down here. Then I would go here all along the lake to Zurich. I did it twice. Once I just went to Rapperswil and I continued the next day, and once I even went right down to Zurich, so I know. Bye bye.